exposed to the elements. And my visit today lives up to that promise with wet and windy weather. Winwallow was a monk who lived in the 5th and 6th centuries, a time known as the Age of Saints, when the Christian faith found its footing in the British Isles. It's believed that a place of worship has stood here for over 1,000 years. I've been invited to meet a local who's not only an expert on the history of this area, but an expert ringer of these unusual bells. Hi, Priscilla.
Hello, how are you?
Definitely not hard to find you with those bells ringing. And this particular equipment, it's not what I would expect for bell ringing.
No, you'd expect one of these.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. This is a carillon, so each one of these I can control directly from there. So that's bell number 1 up there. Look, 1, 3, 5, 2, 4, 6.
Can I have a go?
Yeah.
Okay.
They are. That's the Westminster chimes.
Nailed. Priscilla, this is an incredible place, but I'd love to... How on earth did a church end up here in such a remote place?
Well, because we'd like to think this was Winwallow's hermitage when he first arrived. We think that probably this is where he had his first cave.
And how do we know that people were here many, many years ago? Is there any evidence?
Yes, we have. So you can see the axe marks here.
Oh, yes.
On the walls. You see this side? They're left-handed.
Yeah, okay.
So somebody, I think, stood and went left, right,
working their way sort of to create a cave type?
Yeah.
All the way up this.
Yeah.
And tell me about St. Winwallow. Who was he?
He was a Cornishman, as far as we know, and part of his logic was that you should tame the wilderness. So he was sending his disciples out into the wilderness, and in those days this would have been downland. The word Cornwall, if you translate it from the Cornish, is the downs of wallow.
Priscilla has such expert knowledge of Cornish history that she has become what is known in the Celtic tradition as a bard.
It's a great honour, and you're recognised as having worked for the culture and heritage of Cornwall. We had the Arwen, which is the ceremony where we're all in our robes, we're all robed up. And the ceremony is the passing on of the Arwen, the passing on of the knowledge from the older generation to the youngest, so they carry on with it. The Celtic form of Christianity recognises this sort of special feeling that you have in areas. And we talk about that there is a very thin space between earth and God. And you feel it. You know, you go and stand out on top of the cliff, and you stand there on a sunny summer day, and then you stand out there in a howling gale, and there's a connection. Something spiritual. Yeah. I find it a very spiritual place. You feel it as you walk around.
And is there a particular hymn or piece of music that you think about when you come here?
Yes, Bind Us Together. Every one of these little village communities has got to be bound together, because if it doesn't, it unravels and it doesn't work. So whether you're bound by family or friendships or whatever, love of the scenery even, to me, bind us together, Lord. Cords that cannot be broken. And that fits in with how I feel about God, I suppose, really, in a way.